Yeah.
Work, 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 work. See me work, 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 work. See me do me dirt, 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 dirt. Cause I'm about that work, 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 work. When you walk a line, 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 line. In the cafe, man, ta, 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 ta. Drive me a dessert. Let that dab you look.
Hi, you guys. You're here for Hot Tea with an update from Letitia's and Marceau chemistry panel. I remember posing the question, what happened to the chemistry panel? Because we didn't really hear anything about it after she posted about it. So I made a video about it, basically posing a few questions, and I did some research on that event because I wanted to see what was actually going on with the event. So if you guys want to see what I found out, check out my last video. But per that video, I wanted to do another update because some bloggers dug into it a little bit and they came across a video of Letitia embarrassing Marceau, which is news to me because although Letitia is an embarrassing person, she typically only embarrasses herself, which in turn embarrasses Marceau. But Marceau typically is the one that is doing all of the embarrassing, if you know what I mean. He has a habit of embarrassing Letitia, and I find it to be absolutely cringe at most times. So in this video, I've released a few clips or whatnot, but I am going to double back and do a part 3 because the chemistry panel is about the blueprint marriage. And I'm not convinced that Letitia and Marceau have the blueprint on marriage. Actually, I don't even think Letitia has the blueprint on herself, and she's lost in this marriage, and you can see it all through her and her energy. So let's get started. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Also, if you guys would like to see the chemistry panel video that I did, here's what it looks like. Definitely go and check it out, and let's get right into it. You guys are in for some interesting tea in this episode, because I think that chemistry panel maybe created some friction amongst Letitia and the host, but we'll get into that a little bit later. First, let's talk about the new season of Love and Marriage Huntsville. I am bringing up a lot of the old videos of all of the couples because I thought you guys probably thought I was going to be bashing Martell this whole time. Like, that's what this channel is about, but no. We had to start somewhere. I am actually going to be bringing up a lot of old clips until the new season of Love and Marriage Huntsville start. And even when the new season of Love and Marriage Huntsville start, I may be bringing up clips just to compare, because I like to hold people to their words. And I feel like a lot of these people on Love and Marriage Huntsville say a lot of things that they don't really mean, or they say a lot of things just to distract from what's actually going on. But that being said, I did get a lot of slack or a lot of heat or a little heat from my last video about the sneak peek, and I was talking about the cast photo. You guys are saying that I'm biased, and I absolutely am biased. I'm a millimeter, but I will try not to be so bias. And it's not that I'm biased because I'm a millimeter and I just love male over everybody else. I'm biased because I feel like the other ladies on the show are extremely male identified, and I have a huge issue with that because I feel like women that are male identified are extremely problematic when it comes to the growth of women, especially Black women, i.e. Kimmy. Kimmy is extremely male identified, whether you guys would like to see it or not, and I will be interested in breaking that down if you guys would like to see that. Letitia is male identified. She's willing to do any and everything to please her husband, even if that means going against a woman that was willing to build and uplift her. You guys, the history of Mel and Tisha's friendship is truly interesting, to say the least. And in my part 3 video, I'm actually going to kind of show you guys a glimpse of how that all kind of collapsed, in my opinion. And I think Marceau had a lot to do with that because Letitia was kind of gaining independence and self-confidence, and Marceau is the type of man that can't really operate he can't really operate with a woman like that, because a woman like that won't be able to make him live out his ego, and that is just my personal opinion. So when it goes to me being quote unquote biased, I just can't really resonate with women that are male identified. I really liked Melody because she was the one to build and uplift the women even when she was going through her hardships with Martell. And it seems like because those women were male identified, they kind of crucified her for not suffering in misery the way they were. Because male identified women, they are miserable because they live their life hand and foot to how a man wants them to live, which in terms would make you unhappy because a man doesn't know what women need to truly feel whole. You get what I'm saying? You have to be whole within yourself in order to know, how to choose yourself or how to make decisions that are best for you. And Letitia continues to make decisions that are best for Marceau and her children, of course, because she's a mother and that's what mothers should do. But when you're in a marriage, you have to make decisions that are best for yourself. So in turn, you can be the best mother and the best wife that you can be. Right. But again, Marceau is a trickster. He's a trickster just like Martell, you guys. But he is just a little bit more, I guess, his trickery kind of get pushed under the rug because Letitia is such an unlikable person. But again, it's because she's male identified and she was willing to go against a woman that was pro women. Nonetheless, they did a Fox Soul chemistry panel, and this was February the 19th at the Gathering Spot in Atlanta. The host is Chanel Nicole Scott. Now, we've seen Chanel Nicole Scott because she interviewed crazy old Martell. So she isn't new to the Love and Marriage Huntsville cast. I thought her energy and demeanor was extremely interesting. She is another woman that I would consider to be male identified, and I believe that because of her comments from the interview that she did with Martell. Regardless of anything, you guys, definitely pay attention to the clips that I am about to drop, and we will discuss everything a little bit further after the fact. Because it's not just her comments that I think may have struck up some stuff behind the scenes. It's also something else, but we'll get into it.
So, Letitia, I have a question. Has the frequency of sex changed since you've been married? Because I listened to your interview, and you said you scheduled.
One, as a interviewer, this is inappropriate.
Sex at 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning. So then I'm like, well, what happened to 9 p.m., 8 and 7? and how do you manage that, though?
Yeah, I mean, listen, don't get it twisted. Marceau talk a good talk, but he don't get it all the time like that, so.
One thing that I also noticed, Marceau isn't used to Letitia having the mic and being able to speak up for herself. He is always so anxious when she is speaking. I noticed that, especially when it's something like an interview and somebody's asking her a specific question.
We have several businesses and we have 3 kids. So my schedule is crazy. So yes, I have to schedule it on my calendar. It's on my calendar. We're going to wake up at 4:35 a.m., get it in right quick, and get our day started.
Sounds like a chore.
Oh, well, hey.
Now, the interviewer is right by posing that question. It sounds like a chore because, that's an appropriate question to ask because one, TMI, Tisha. However, the reason why I feel like it's a bit inappropriate because the history of the interviewer. She is known to kind of overstep her boundaries when it comes to men and lusting over men. So when she, in the beginning of this interview, chose to mock Tisha's accent, that let me know where she was coming from right then and there. And then on top of that, when she posed the question, like, oh, it sounds like a chore. Second best women, no. And that's all I'll say. She's second best. She's how old? Unmarried. And that's not to say anything because a lot of times men aren't worth marrying, right? But there are people that will choose you. And you can always tell when women are not typically chosen. They have an energy toward chosen women, and what I would consider chosen woman, a chosen woman would be a woman that's in a marriage. And again, to a male identified woman, that doesn't necessarily mean a happy marriage. Okay. Right? That doesn't necessarily mean that. But so I'm just throwing it out there. And again, that's just my opinion. You guys let me know in the comment section what you think about what I just said.
Just like we have to schedule date night, it is a part of my schedule. Like sometimes, hey, Tisha, you need to go down on your man today. It's on my planner. It's
Are
on
you
my
serious?
schedule. Yeah.
Marcel, how do you handle that? You know you got to fix that.
Another instance, as a woman, I understand there may not be nothing wrong with scheduling it, but speaking about it when you have a man like Marcel and you already are insecure about his infidelities, no matter how much you try to lie and hide and gaslight us, you know the man is cheating. So that's something that I wouldn't choose to share, but she shared it, right? That's something that she shared. And let's just be grateful that she shared some more information, because we all know they don't share much about their marriage in the first place. But for the interviewer to then look over to her husband and say, how do you feel about that? Because I know, something got to be done about that. She's second best, right? Because why would you even say something like that to another woman's man? Because again, if you understand how a marriage works, sometimes like that's not, I don't necessarily think what Tisha is saying is bad. I just think her sharing it is not necessarily a good look because of women like the interviewer. Thirst. That's just my opinion. That's why she kind of posed that next question to Marceau, to let him know. You know what I'm saying? I'm with it. Women shouldn't be scheduling sex. They should want it. And I know that's a problem, which is why you have to check it. That's just my opinion, allegedly. That's just how I view how she kind of stated that. Y'all let me know. Maybe I'm looking too deep into it.
No idea. That would be a problem, and believe it or not, that might be a problem. So, thank you for that. We got an argument now.
So I do think Marceau is embarrassed, and he should be, because that's just TMI. But after watching that, I scrolled down and I noticed that Marceau commented, bruh. And then you have all of these thirsties under his comment, because again, Tisha, you opened up the door for them to do that. They know now that your man does not get it all the time or gets it as much as he would like. So now you've opened up the door to other women, second best women, to throw themselves at your man, because at the end of the day, second best women can only be second best, right? And that's just my opinion. So knowing Marceau, he don't like too many people in his business. So he probably commented bruh because he's embarrassed that they decided to use that clip for promo. So I also went and looked at Letitia and Marceau's comment. I'm sorry, not comments, but I went back and looked at their post. I also noticed that they did not tag Chanel Nicole Scott, which was very interesting to me, because I could have sworn the first time that I went back and did the research on this, she tagged the lady. That's how I was able to go back and kind of find everyone else. So I am under the impression that at first Letitia didn't catch that shade, but maybe now she has caught the shade, y'all. Or maybe Marceau caught the shade and then had to tell her after the fact, because we all know Tisha is not that smart. I don't give a care how many degrees one may have. That only shows that you can be institutionalized, okay? You can be indoctrinated. That does not prove that you are an intelligent, intellectual being and you are a self-thinker, right? So please, miss me with the degree talk. So again, I don't think she really caught that shade. I think maybe on the back end they caught that shade, or maybe they posted that clip and then people were talking about it and then they kind of caught that shade. But regardless, they are not tagging that blogger. And I know it's kind of a big deal because I went back and I looked at the other people that were on that panel with them. Sasha the Diva. I also did Michael Jai, who is Gillian's, Gillian White husband. And it's crazy because I actually knew Gillian White. I didn't even know they were married, but I knew of Gillian White before I even knew of Michael Jai, which is freaking crazy to me because most people know Michael Jai first. But anyways, so I went and I saw that all of them tagged her in it. So I think there may have been a little bit of behind the scenes drama after the fact, and rightfully so. I do think Tisha is insecure because Marceau makes her that way. He doesn't make her feel confident, and it just translates on photos and just everything that she does. So I won't get copywritten. I'm going to talk you all through this. So Marceau is pulling up to a hotel. He's late. He had to get a flight that was an hour after Tisha's. Tisha is getting dressed, trying to get sexy for him. Music is playing. That's the reason why I can't play this. I don't know if I told you guys that, but she opens the door. He doesn't really look excited for real. I'm gonna be honest with you. He doesn't look enthusiastic about this at all, but he walks in and she greets him, and he immediately gets to talking about, well, he does say he's thankful. I already uploaded this video, but I had to re-upload it and edit, as some of you guys may be able to notice.
This is exactly what I need after a long day.
No kids, just peace and quiet, a little bit of adult time, a little bit of work.
Gotta coordinate a lot of stuff. I've got to make phone calls all day today, all day tomorrow.
Here he go.
I think Letitia's hair and makeup looks really nice for her confessional look. I'm not a fan of her dress. First and foremost, Letitia isn't an ugly girl. She just lacks confidence, and her husband contributes a lot to that. Secondly, she needs to stick with the looks that look good on her instead of trying to mimic other people's looks, because the looks that look good on her look great on her. Secondly, I understand Letitia is extremely draining, and I really did used to feel sorry for her, but again, she is extremely male identified. She thinks male ruined her marriage so much so you know, who cares? She deserves the marriage that she has. And with that being said, look at how Martell treats her. I'm talking about Martell, excuse me. Look at how Marceau treats her. He does any and everything to stay clear of her because she is a draining person. And that is so sad that she has a husband like this, but this is what it is. So I'm not going to talk too much anymore, but I do want you guys to pay attention to the mannerisms. And if you don't catch them, don't worry, because I am going to add them in my part 3 video. But pay attention to her mannerisms and everything. She does not give or scream it girl. She doesn't scream confident. Marceau doesn't reassure her or make her feel confident. And at the end of the day, Tisha is just an awkward person, and she doesn't speak up for herself. And Marceau has a habit of embarrassing her on national television and making her feel less than. But this is something that he has to do again for his ego.
I'm sorry. It's a business trip. We got to call Angela and make sure we got 100 bottles of black on deck. I just want to make sure that we put it on the front of our mind that she can go check and make sure they came.
Okay.
So what we have tomorrow? We got to meet that meeting tomorrow.
Yes.
All right, got to make sure that goes good. All right.
I know enough about work, because look.
I don't know, you guys. Awkward.
No, but then...
But this is the one right here. She can't even kiss her husband and feel confident in that kiss. She can't even feel confident in the love bond that they just had with that peck on the lips, y'all. Mannerisms are important.
We're going to make sure, we're still on a business trip, babe. So I want to make sure everything is still going according to plan. So we got meetings tomorrow. We got dinner with Uncle Mike and that.
You're going to have a very busy day.
So what you been up to?
I went and did a little shopping yesterday with Marielle and Jasmine.
Girl, ma'am.
Yep, Marielle's house.
This
is day 9 too.
Yeah, see? I like this better. That is sexy, Tisha.
I have 2 stylists.
Well, Marielle's an image consultant. It's a difference.
Who's the most fiscally responsible?
What do you mean?
Jasmine worked at a bank, so she understands. Let me call Jasmine. Let me give Jasmine the budget, and then you guys can do your thing. That way I can be involved.
Hey,
it's like I'm shopping with you.
You know what? I don't need you to call nobody. You call me, and I'll make all other calls.
No, it's like this. It's like instead of me going actually shopping with you, I can talk to the people that you're going to stop shopping with, and then it's like I'm there.
No, but you're.
He would rather talk to her stylist than talk to her. And Tisha knows why she don't want him to communicate with other women. She know her husband, y'all. She knows. She is not confident in this marriage at all.
You tell me what the budget is, and I make all the other phone calls. I don't need you calling nobody.
One.
I think we work well with how we have it
I
right
think
now.
it would work
it's
better
really
if I was
good.
able to tell them what.
You're killing the mood, man.
So again, he embarrassed her there, and you can just read her body language. She is embarrassed, but she just tried to joke it off.
I found a picture of a girl in Marcel's phone.
Yes.
And it had hearts on the reply.
Was it a naked picture?
It was a booty shot.
It was an
Yeah,
ass
full
shot.
nude of an ass.
And so I screenshot and sent it to her, and I was like, what the
And here's what I'll say. I don't promote violence, but a man that is willing to embarrass me on our vow renewal that I surprise him on and not go through with it, sits next to me and smile as we are talking about a butt shot that he sent or liked, and he replied midday's work surprise, and you smile, I'm liable to punch him in the mouth right then and there.
And then so we researched her not together.
Yes.
I didn't find anything else. Nothing else came up. And that was the end of it.
Did you confront Marcel about that?
Yeah, I asked him about it. Yeah.
How did a photo get in your phone?
I had interviewed this girl out of the blue.
Okay.
She just sent me a picture.
Out of the blue.
You went through Marcel's phone.
Mm-hmm.
You discovered in Marcel's phone a picture of a woman's ass with hearts on her ass.
No, I hearted it. I liked it.
He liked
No,
it.
You
no,
hearted the
I thumbed up.
picture.
I thumbed up.
You liked the picture.
Liked it.
Okay.
And replied
Why
to
did
it.
I didn't say any. I didn't reply.
Did
Yes,
anything.
you
you-
did.
Nope. Didn't.
You said, a midday's work surprise.
you said
That's
what?
exactly what you said.
Yeah.
What did he say?
A
Midday's
midday's
work surprise.
work
Yeah, you're right.
surprise.
But you know what? You know what's funny? The word surprise.
Marceau is extremely disrespectful, and I don't think this is the blueprint to anything happy. And just look at Kimmy's face.
Why did this woman feel comfortable sending you that? Did you guys have conversations for her to feel comfortable sending you a picture of her ass?
She get the job.
No. She didn't get the
Look how easy it is for the men to laugh all over in their face. To me, first of all, and this is not about Kimmy, and my heart goes out to Kimmy and everything that she has going on, but we have to be honest. Maurice is the worst kind of man to be with when you're going through a battle like that. And I don't care what nobody says. I still get chills on how he behaved when it came to having sex with her multiple times a day on vacation. He is not the one you want to have by your side when you're going through something like that. But, hopefully he prove us wrong, whatever.
I know, but this is a thing that's confusing to me and I think the world. Your husband received a very sexually explicit photo that he liked and responded to in the comments. You mean to tell me that after experiencing that and then constantly hearing things about your husband, you never once said, could this be true to what people are saying?
I researched it.
I had to sit here and take care of your husband for you.
Take care of him for what?
Hey, it's that day.
You had the vasectomy done today?
Really? That's what kind of surgery you had?
Lord have mercy.
Why you didn't text me and let me know?
We've been talking about this for a long time.
2 weeks ago, though.
No, we've been talking about this before then.
I know.
Why
but I'm
did you
saying,
have to get it done?
Ma, can
I
you
just
do me a
want
favor,
to know,
please?
because that don't sound right, Marcel.
Mom, let me talk to him for a second.
Okay, well, you
please.
need to talk to him,
Ma,
or I will.
I can't believe this. Like, I'm really, really upset because that's major. Like, how would you feel if I wouldn't have something done without confirming with
if you snuck in and had your tubes tied,
Yes.
you might get a new present.
And this is the clip that makes me believe what I've heard through the grapevines about Tisha getting pregnant and then her and Marceau getting married. So she was pregnant before the marriage even came about. It's not like somebody else's relationship where they would spend years together and then get married. And then have children. She was pregnant, and then within that time frame of her being pregnant, she got married with Marceau, allegedly. And this is exactly why I believe that. And that's why Tisha loves her marriage so much and Marceau could care less, because he's there for the children. That's all. That's it. And not even to take care of them, but just to provide for them, which he deems as the same thing.
That's not funny at
It's
all.
not funny at all. Babe, it's the medicine.
Your appointment was today and what time? Who took you?
Martell took me.
Okay. Well, who picked you up?
The side chick, allegedly.
Not my wife.
Okay, you guys, that's all for today's video. I am going to do an in-depth breakdown of Marceau and Letitia's marriage, because I am not just going to be singling out Martell. I think Maurice, Marceau, and Martell are all conniving little nasties, as That's Our Raven would say. So y'all just hang on to this right here. Let me know what you feel about it in the comments. And also, the chemistry panel is supposed to be releasing, or they're supposed to be dropping it soon. So we will be able to see the entire interview with everyone on the panel and hear what everybody has to say and hear the entire discussion. In my opinion, I don't think it's going to drop until Love and Marriage Huntsville drops, because this is Chanel Nicole Scott. She is kind of an opportunist, in my opinion, allegedly. So, and realistically, it's smart marketing to release it either a day before or a day after or the day of the Love and Marriage Huntsville promo, because you do have Marceau and Letitia in it, whose marriage is a big joke on that show. So you guys get in the comment section. Let me know what you think. And are you going to be watching this Fox Soul panel?
Yeah. Work, 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 work.